This is going to be a quick overview of creating contacts and customer accounts. We're going to go over how to create a contact and then how to create a customer account and attach those two together. Essentially auto-generating that account for each contact, or creating a contact that's auto-generated for an account. This is done in the Total eGolf back office. So we're going to start by going to Cards, Member Services, and Contacts. Once again, that's Cards, Member Services, and Contacts. When you get to this area, this little blue T in the upper right-hand corner is what populates your contacts. They do not auto-populate in this area, so when you come into this contact area, first thing you're going to want to do is click that little blue T, and you'll see in just a few seconds there it'll auto-generate all of your contacts, which you can scroll through. You can search by clicking on this drop-down: member ID, first name, last name, email, postal code, phone, cell, member ID, and price level. So we can search throughout our entire database in this area. So if I was to search by last name for myself here, it's going to pull up everybody with the last name Barry. I can click on myself there, and you see all my contact information here. Going across the contact here, we have this is our general tab. We have general information for the contact. We have an account tab there, classes, summary of what that contact has spent, rounds, and obviously revenue in both the Pro Shop and food and beverage. And these tabs can take you through those two areas. Point summary, which we are not yet using. We can enter survey information in here, take quick surveys, and then property, and if there are multiple addresses, that this tab will allow you to put multiple addresses in. So starting with a brand new contact, we can click New here. It's going to clear out our fields. Let's create Mr. Joe Smith for an example. We'd populate this information in here for the contact. And obviously some of the key areas that we're going to want to grab from these customers are email, price level, and obviously their phone number. Another key area I was just mentioning, this price level. We have two different options here. So the magnifying glass is going to enter in a permanent price level that will stay with the contact. We can obviously come in here and change it, but this magnifying glass is going to enter a price level that will stay permanent until you make an edit to it. The price level button on the left here, this one is multiple price levels, and it also allows you to assign a date range. So if this, if Mr. Smith was an annual green fee holder for the remainder of the year, we would be able to put a start date in here, and then obviously an end date. And once we got to this date in time, this price level would drop off, and he would go back to either a blank price level, which is your rack rate, or a secondary price level that you have in here. So when we save that information, we can see that that's in there, and this gentleman will be pulled over at this particular price level for the remainder of this year until that date. Going into accounts, you can see on the top here we have auto-generate account. That auto-generate button is going to default to this customer auto-generator. The account name will be his first and last name. You are welcome to change this. So if Mr. Joe Smith was the tournament coordinator for Raider Nation and was hosting an event at your place and needed an account, you could click the auto-generate, change the name of the tournament or organization that he is in charge of. The phone number will auto-generate. It defaults to allow AR for payments and charging purposes. And then we have 3 different types: private, public, and corporate. All tournaments I have been labeling under corporate. However, you can use your discretion here to choose what you would like them labeled. Credit limit type. So we have no credit, unlimited, or an amount. So if you designate a dollar amount, this is the maximum amount that could be charged to that account without a payment to it. Create in GP, we don't need to use that, and then this member ID is also not in use. So once you have that information populated, you hit submit, and if we were to go to the account tab on Joe Smith, we can see that Raider Nation account is attached to Joe Smith. We're going to save all that information, head over to our accounts, which is under cards, member services, and customer accounts. Same thing for this area. You have to click the blue T over here on the right to auto-generate all of your accounts in here. And if we were to scroll down, we would see that Raider Nation there is in here. I'll click on the one I just made. There's a duplicate in there, but here's the one I just made, and if we were to click on that and go to contacts, we would see Mr. Joe Smith. So kind of a mirror image. If we're under customer accounts, we could find the account and see the contacts that are linked to that account, and the same thing goes for contacts. We could grab any contact we like, click on the account tab, and see the mirror image of that. So if you were creating an account first and not a contact, you could come into this area, select new, type in the name of the event, obviously populate the information needed for that particular event, assign a credit limit. We don't, as I spoke of earlier, we don't use this member ID. We're going to allow AR, label it corporate. Any other notes or anything you would want in here you can put on file for this particular tournament. And the same holds true, like I was speaking of, we can auto-generate the contact when we're in the customer account area. Just similar to the contact, it self-populates here, so we could change this back to the particular contact that's going to be in charge of this tournament. Click submit, and then when we went to the contact tabs, we would see Mr. Smith, and he would also populate under our contacts on this tab. There is no limit to how many contacts can be associated with one particular tournament, and the same holds true for how many accounts can be put on a certain customer. So Mr. Joe Smith could be in charge of 5 or 6 tournaments at your facility, and you could assign all those accounts to him. So once again, under cards, member services, and contacts, that's where we're going to populate our contacts. Don't forget about the blue button and cards, member services, and customer accounts. Feel free to use whichever one you would like to create your contacts and customer accounts. Just remember that that auto-generate button does speed up the process and instantly links the account with the contact you're making, or instantly links the contact with the account you're making. Once again, that's how to create contacts and customer accounts and how to auto-generate and connect those two.